Welcome to episode 54, which I'm calling I'm Back Home. So I came out of hospital yesterday afternoon, probably about 2:30. So that was great. Derek picked me up, got home, and yesterday was a bit of a sore day. It was similar to the first surgery. The day after surgery, you're feeling pretty good. You're still probably have a bit of the anesthetic in your system, and then the day after, and I was moving around as well on both of the post day surgery, but the next day you're starting to feel it a little bit more. I think the loss of the anesthetic and also the fact that you are starting to move around a bit. So I was much sorer yesterday, not to the point I needed anything more than Panadol, but you could certainly feel it. So particularly on the drive home, you realise how bumpy the roads are when it's knocking you a little bit. But Derek's a good driver, so that was good. So I got home. I was very, very happy to be home. As much as I like hospital, it was good to be home last night. And our setup here is good. I have my drain bag with me, and I'm gonna go through changing the drains this morning. So that'll be my first time, and you'll get to have a look at it as well. So not change it, just flush it actually. So I think the best thing was having a shower. And Derek's very good at helping me. So I trust him, and so I was very glad to be home for that. The Prevena drain that I've got, it's not a drain, it's a preventative healing type of thing, had to be managed because it can't get wet, whereas in the drains can. But it was really nice just to have a shower last night and feel normal again. I didn't sleep well the night before, and last night I had an amazing sleep, so that was good. I got to have normal food at home, be in my bed, and I think that will just accelerate the healing, just being home again and feeling comfortable in this environment. It's getting a bit chilly at the moment, but that's okay. So I'm feeling pretty good, and when I woke up this morning, that higher level of pain had reduced right back. So I am sort of moving around a little bit more now. I'm also trying to drink a lot more water because that's obviously good for the healing, but the converse side to that is it makes you go to the toilet all the time, so you're moving even more. But I think the other thing, Derek's put my compression bandage on for lymphedema and doing the sweeping exercises as well, because obviously the last thing I want to get is lymphedema. So we're doing that and doing my other sort of exercises like the shoulder rolls. These are the stage 1, which I can only do on my right side. And so, so far so good. As I said, happy to be home. Happy to have a coffee that isn't instant coffee like in hospital. So I'll keep you up to date with how I go with everything else. But now let's have a look at the drains. Okay, let's see how we go with the drains. I thought I'd show you what I've come home with. I'll show you the nice stuff first. So this is the Prevena wound management system. So it basically sits on my wound and it applies negative pressure, and it's supposed to keep contamination out and promote healing through some sort of negative pressure. Now the reason I know that is because I just googled it. So Prevena. So it could be on for 2 weeks. The problem with this one is you have to keep it out of the water when you shower, so that was a bit of a trick last night, but no, not too bad. And it just sits in I've got this bag that I put all my drains in. It's made by the beautiful women, the volunteers up at Mount Tamborine actually, and I've got a matching pillow. So you basically put all your drains into this and stick it around your neck and carry it around so that you're quite mobile, so that works really well. But I am going to flush my drains, so anyone who does not like blood or looking at blood, you may want to fast forward, because I've got 2 drains. Let me just grab them. You can see the blood in them. So there's not anything in my actual bags. It's all, so I don't have a huge amount of blood coming out, and it's all red, so it's all fresh blood. But it's obviously in two positions. I don't know why they put two drains into the one side, because last time I just had one in each side. But what I will do is just try and get that blood out of there, just to see how much I've got. So as I said, if you don't like blood, I would look away. It's a bit of a squishy noise, but it's not something obviously that I'm worried about. So what I need to do is I need to clamp the top bit so there's not more coming through. That bit there is unclamped, and then I'm just gonna, you see that? So it's just taking that out of there. So that's saying that there's about 40 mil, so that's, you know, a fair bit there. So I will now unclamp that top bit and it'll start flowing again. So I'm probably not going to change that today. I might just see how much there is tomorrow. I think I've got about 5 bags. That one is the one that has the most fluid in it. The second one hasn't. So what am I doing? I am clamping the top bit. Got to remember how to do this. And I will see if we can get anything into that. See, as you can see, there's bugger all in this side. There's a little bit coming in, but realistically, not a huge amount. So that's pretty good. And then that's all you have to do with the drains. When I change them tomorrow, I might show you again. As I said, it's a bit yucky looking, but they're pretty easy to manage. You know, they were the things that I was a little bit worried about, but they're fine. And the other thing they give you too, if you don't want to carry the bag, is these little things on top into the shower, and you can just either hang them. I just throw them on the floor in the shower. That works as well, because they're obviously all plastic and you don't have to worry about that. So those are my drains. The other thing when I had a shower last night too was I actually got to see what was done for the first time. So as I mentioned, I've had one of the implants out on my right side, so I've got a normal looking breast on my left side, and the other one is flat. Now, I didn't know how I would go with that, because, you know, you hear people talk about disfigurement and all of that sort of stuff when you have mastectomies and the mental effect that it has on people. But interestingly enough, it actually didn't bother me, which was actually quite weird, because look, I sort of consider myself to be a bit of a vain person. You know, I like to wear nice clothes, shoes, handbags, all of that sort of thing. And so I didn't know how I'd go having a look at something that basically was going to not look normal on me now. And it does look freaky, but even when I looked at the first operation, the results without having, I think I mentioned, without having the nipples, that didn't even worry me. So I'm glad that that's the case, because I can imagine a lot of people would look at it and just, you know, start crying probably. But I do know that it will be rebuilt. I sound like the Bionic Woman. And that, you know, probably in 3 months' time, the implant will come back in and I will look normal. But it's winter, so, you know, everything is quite bulky. I don't think anybody is going to care that I have one side that is sitting out, the other side that is flat. I think for me at the moment, the most important thing really is just getting it all healed and getting it, you know, the cancer gone. So if you have to lose a breast, even in the interim, to get rid of cancer, then so be it. Who cares? Nobody's really looking at you. And, you know, as I said, it doesn't bother me at all at this stage. So I was glad about that. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and that's episode 54.